right here with me in the Cities of Love 99.5 NGO.
Good morning, David.
Once again, good morning to you. All right, so you tell me this. Tomorrow is the D-Day. We're starting the 2019 edition of the Beauty and Bridal Fair. Now, I know that we've put something special together our patrons. What is it? Share that information with me and them.
We have we've created discount tokens. So these are like discount cards where when you pick any of these discount cards, when you go to the any of the booths or any of the the cubicles at the bridal fair, you get amazing discounts. You just present it and then you get amazing discounts, and then we're going to be putting them across all our centers. We're going to have some when you come to the front desk of Love FM. You're going to get any of these discount cards. You go to Opoku Trading Supermarket, you're going to get it over there. And of course, at the venue itself, you're going to also you can go there and then pick any of these discount cards. You can get the chance to pick maybe a 10% discount card, or maybe a 20% or a 30% discount card, and that's what we're doing for you as well.
So when I get these discount cards, let's say from the front desk of Love FM or from Opoku Trading Supermarket, and I go to the bridal fair, am I just supposed to use the card at one stand, or I can go through all the stands with the same card for discounts?
No, you can yes, you go, you pick the card and then you can just move around. You go to the stand, you get your 30% discount. You get it if you want to buy like 10 times, you just take it around and then get your 30% discount or a 10% discount or a 20% discount. So it's a discount card you can use throughout
the 3 days of the fair. Wow, that's amazing. That's great. And so you're saying again that we can get some of the discount cards or coupons from the front desk of Love 99.5, from Opoku Trading Supermarket, from the Alaga Total Filling Station, and a few other places we shall be announcing during the day today.
Yeah, and of course at the venue itself. So when you come around, you just come and pick your card, and then you go get your discount right there at the bridal fair.
You know that I love the live band, and I'm happy that Delali himself has weighed into the fact that he's one of the people who appreciates and enjoys and of course loves the live band sessions. Now on Saturday there's going to be some live band, but one thing I like about the Beauty and Bridal Fair is the fact that aside from we going around and we shopping for Christmas, for our weddings and for other events, one other special thing is the fact that Golden Tulip always has a stand. A stand where they sell food, and especially they have some sausages and some chicken wings
and ice cream.
Now Anita loves the chicken wings. I don't take chicken, so I don't know what I'm missing, but I can
you are missing so much. You are missing so much. But you eat pork, so it's fine.
I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork.
You don't eat chicken, you don't eat pork?
No, I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you eat?
I eat fish and shrimps. Say.
Oh my God. Imagine a nice pork, like quay.
I won't waste my brain on imagining this.
But anytime the guy's passing by,
rather imagine that you have some fresh shrimps. And you have some small oil, olive oil in a pan that is hot. You're tossing it. You're putting some onions in there, some garlic in there. You're preparing some fried rice or some sauce. It's yummy.
Yeah, you have tried. But imagine pork and pepper. Pork and pepper.
Right. So it's 3 days of everything beauty and everything bridal. It's the open market experience, and of course Christmas is around the corner. Start your Christmas early. Have some fun. Relax. It's been some 11 months already. We're entering the 12th month. Relax and enjoy the rest of the year. Well, this very morning, right on Love 99.5, of course, on Love in the Morning, we have this conversation. Now, we got wind of the fact that about 400,000 booklets that has past questions in there, booklets that has some answers in there based on the questions that were asked, have been distributed to the various secondary schools in the region. Not only in the region but in the country. Now we know that these past questions and answers were printed by Akiola and Approaches series. Now my checks also shows that what they call the EMS was also printed, and for the EMS it is not going to be given to each and every student like the normal question and answers booklet, but these ones are going to be kept in the library of the school so that teachers and students can fall on it. And they call the EMS is the English, Maths and Inter-Science and Social Studies. But some Ghanaians have raised concerns about the fact that we have pumped some money, the taxpayers' money, into acquiring or procuring these past questions. They think that it's not necessary. Now, we want to bring to you some voices of some Ghanaians speak to this issue, but we'd also love to hear your thoughts. Now, they don't have it all. They don't know it all. I mean, you have also your own thoughts and ideas. We'd like to hear from you. So just send us your voice notes to 0554-031-192. 0554-031-192. Let's hear what you also make of this move by government. Now, first of all, we have this voice for you. Take a listen.
Make of it. I personally think that this past question procurement for the student is needless. I think as a country we need to set our priorities right and spend our scarce resources on things that are needful. Considering the problems the country is bedeviled with these free teachers, the best thing the government of this day should do is not to use these huge sums of money to procure past questions. As a matter of fact, ask yourself, the students who have been passing in this country, what government intervention in terms of past questions has any government done so far? No. So if you look at 400,000 past questions, if you will think about one past question, that set costing even 10 cedis, at the end of the day we are talking about 4 million new Ghana cedis worth. Should 1 million cedis without any element of corruption in procurement, it will be able to give us 6-unit classroom block. A 6-unit classroom block, if just a single unit should take 50 students, 6 times 5, 30, 300 students can be taken. Now for the 300 times the 4, that is almost 1,200 students. So in fact, it's going to be able to provide space for extra 1,200 students. This could have been a best way to even alleviate ourselves from this double track system that we are bedeviled with. We lack infrastructure. You go to school to, in fact, I've gone through all the 3, I think the 3 old northern regions, with the new ones inclusive, last week. You go to a school and you feel very sad. This is not what the people need. I think this is in a bad taste. As people in this country, we should not just be doing or taking populist decision. This is just to consolidate the so-called vote they want from the what do you call it? The secondary school students. They claim that because of free education they are going to vote for them. I think this is a very cheap and a populist decision this government has taken, and I think that the earlier they backtrack it, the better, because it will not help us. Yes, in this country, everybody may think that when we even decide to give everything for free, we will be very happy with it. But this is not how we should spend the money. I think the president of the Ghana told us that he's going to protect the public purse. Protecting public purse does not mean that it's not just about corruption. It's about spending when there is a need to spend and not spending needlessly. I think this is a needless spending and we can do better.
I am of the view that the government is introducing new educational reforms into the country, and as part of the reforms, I believe that it may be part of the way they want students to be abreast with whatever that they have to be writing at the exams, and therefore to increase the the percentage of passes of the exam. This, in my view, when questions are being supplied to candidates, who expose them to the way by which questions has to be answered, and also help them to get themselves abreast with examination question and the forms for which whatever they have learnt can be applied. So I think that this is not out of place. It's not out of place. I think it's going to help students to pass and pass well. This is a government that is bent on making sure that education becomes its priority. So if it wants to spend much on education, the pictures, it's not an issue at all. You know, the pictures of the examination questions or past questions cannot be much higher than the cost of implementing free SHS in Ghana. And I'm sure this can be a model under the free education program that the government want to implement. So I am fully for it. But that notwithstanding, teachers must also do their best to introduce students to the concept, so that it will not be like students are only trying to pass exams and after all have passed exams, but the person enters the university or gets into the field of work and there cannot be any application of what they have learned or the theories they have learned as any applications to the real world of work. And I think that is the duty of the teacher, to make sure that students can then apply whatever that they are learning into their daily life, into the application of daily practices.
Well, those are some thoughts from some Ghanaians we engage with, and so we want to hear from you as well. It all has to do with the GES procuring some 400,000 copies of past questions and answers, and I'm told that it's already been distributed to the various secondary schools. Now, the distribution began somewhere last month, and so various schools already have this. Do the students have it? Well, I can't really tell. But one thing I can tell you now is that we have on the phone lines Mr. Joseph Onyina. He is former Regional Director of Education for the Ashanti region, and he has joined us to also shed some light on this very one. Mr. Onyina, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And how are you? I'm very well, sir. I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
I'm also fine.
Good to hear. Now, I'm sure that you have, heard about this procurement or this decision to procure past question and answers for students who will be writing exams, the final exams next year, the WASSCE exams. Now, what do you make of this decision to procure these past question and answers for the students?
Yeah, for me personally, I don't think the procurement is not relevant. It is important because it's a teaching learning material, and if people are preparing for examinations and they have something that will give them a glimpse of what the examination will look like and give them the confidence and prepare them, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, because all of us, whilst we were even teaching, and we were preparing our students for the final examination, and we were made use of past questions. I think many schools also even kept copies of the past questions at the library so that teachers could go and have access and make references. So this is not the first time past questions are being used as a way of preparing students for examination. But
this is the first time that is being made available for free for the schools and the students, and I think that is where some people have their concerns. They're thinking that, well, this money, as to how much it was going to cost us, this money could have been channeled into other aspects of the free SHS.
Yes, the other aspects, this is also another aspect. This is one of the aspects of the free SHS. Free SHS is not only structures. It's getting the students to learn, getting them to pass the examination. The examination is what decides their next move, whether to enter tertiary or whatever. So it is also relevant.
What would you say to this question that is procuring these past questions and answers only enough to help students pass their exams? Or you think that there are other things?
It is not only enough, but you cannot do all things at the same time. At least you pick one at a time. So if the government has so decided to do this, and if it is important, So be it. Other things we can ask that, oh, we have gotten this. But if this will be added, it would help. That is better. But to say that because other things didn't come and this has come, this is not right. Personally, I don't think it's right.
I have heard some teachers, and I've engaged with some of them. They don't want to go on record, but some of the teachers, Mr. Onyina, have said that they are not well motivated enough to even commit to helping these students go through the questions and the answers. Now, if teachers are not really motivated, how would this procurement help the student?
Now, if teachers are not motivated, my brother, sorry, I'm cutting you. The point is that what the teachers expect from government as a way of motivation. The first and the most important motivation is that you have a secure employment. At the end of the month, you get your salary. That is the compensation you are being given for the job that you are doing. All other things are additional. And the proper motivation is you yourself setting targets for yourself, achieving targets, and then knowing, oh, I'm also doing something. That intrinsic motivation is the key thing. I'm not saying that salaries and other conditions of service are not important. They are important, but you wouldn't say that I am not motivated if your salaries have been paid. Okay? So that's the first thing. And the fact that people are even looking for a job, they can't find it. Now you have a secure job. And you have been given the opportunity to put something into the young people in Ghana. So that you can even say that I have made some contribution. That alone should be the key motivation. For example, I'm a retirement, but I meet teachers, I meet other people, and the way they talk, oh, director, I've done this, that makes me proud. It's not all the money I got when I was a director. That one, I can't put my hands even so on them. They are all gone. But the satisfaction that I have also made some contribution, that is key. And I think teachers should look at this. I'm not saying that teachers should not be motivated in cash or kind. But the first thing is that you are making a contribution.
Okay. Now, the issue of the fact that to some extent they are not able to exhaust the syllabus. If indeed that is true, how would this procurement of past questions and answer booklets help the students?
I don't know. But I'm not in the system now. But we have a syllabus and we have the number of period that you need to cover the syllabus. Other things might happen along the way that might distract the teachers pursuing completing their syllabus. But as I'm saying, it is not every teacher who will not complete the syllabus in all subject areas. But whether the syllabus are completed or not, whatever that has been done is 80% or even 90%. The past questions can also be of help. For example, when I was teaching, especially in the secondary schools from 1980 to about the time I became a director, from the first year, as soon as I treat a topic, I don't wait for them to go to Form 5 or Form 3 as they say to stay before I use past questions. But as soon as I treat the topics, the tests I give them, I make use of the past questions as a way of preparing them. And by the time they come to face the exam itself, the terminal exam we do in the school, the class tests I give them, they don't see any much difference between that and the final exam. That's why they do it. So it is important.
Okay.
It is very, very important.
Again, I have spoken to some teachers, like I said, Mr. Onyina, and some of them are saying that they're not even aware that these past questions and answer booklets are available in their schools, although distribution began somewhere last month. Is it not surprising and disturbing?
They have to cross-check with their heads, and if they haven't gotten it, since the news has come out, they can ask their heads to check from their regional directors and maybe headquarters find out when they will get there.
So, in conclusion, what advice would you give to students? What advice would you give to the schools such that we make use of this procurement at the expense of the taxpayers' money? What advice would you give?
The advice I'll give is simply this: that is one of the teaching learning material that have come. And teachers, for example, should not wait to the final year before they use past questions and answers, whatever it is. But right from the first year, they must try, if they treat a topic, they must look for some power of the past questions and try their students on and discuss with them as a way of preparation. It is important. And then, so the parents too must play their part. For example, I know the policy, the free senior high school policy, government supplies the core textbooks, but the elective books are to be procured by the parents themselves. And what I'm hearing is that many parents are not buying the book because they say it's free. But that the fee does not extend to elective books. So if the parents procure it for their wards, it will make the teachers' teaching easy and their work easy. Maybe this is one of the frustrations they are talking about. I don't know.
Okay, again, they're talking about the fact that extra classes has been, cancelled, and so it's also demotivating them.
Sorry to cut you. Extra classes is not the only way to help students plan. The key thing is that those who have planned the syllabus, looking at the time period for the teaching, know that should be sufficient to prepare students for the exam. The extra class is an extra thing. Okay? And I remember when we were in school, extra classes were conducted for us. The teachers did not collect any money from us. Okay? So if they really want to help, they can find, and I know many teachers in the system are helping in that direction. Okay? So I don't think the government has cancelled extra classes, therefore we cannot teach. The key thing, the first thing for you to use as a teacher is the official time that they are given to you and the syllabus that you must deliver. So you have to work on it as the first thing. If they say that you should stop teaching and therefore say that we cannot perform, that is fine. But because extra class is not, and therefore you cannot meet the target, I don't think it's right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. But one quick question. So what about people who also raise concerns or arguments that if you pick some of these textbooks, they have past questions already in them, and sometimes these past questions are updated?
You see, the past question may be in a form of database. The textbooks may have some past questions, but it cannot contain all. That is why I can have everything. So I can pick and choose. Because the past question becomes now something like a test bank for teachers even to use in their own terminal examinations and whatever. And even if you have one, they add another one to make two. Is it irrelevant?
All right, so thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Onyina. And he is former Regional Director of Education for the Ashanti region, and he shared his own light and thoughts on this procurement of 400,000 past question and answers booklets for students who will be writing their WASSCE exam somewhere in April 2020. Now, with me in the studios of Love 99.5 right now is Mr. Yaira Goka, himself a teacher. He taught in the Second Cycle Institution for quite a number of years. He is now with GIMPA as a lecturer. Yaira, good morning to you.
Good morning, David.
So you've seen this letter. I'm sure you've read it about the fact that some 400,000 copies has been made available to the various schools in terms of past questions and answer booklets as well. What do you make of it? You support the move by government? Is it a good move by government?
It's a good move, but it will only be needful at this time if we had spent, or if we had actually looked at other aspects that are more important to me. Now, I wouldn't downplay the importance of past questions. Yes, it gets the students to be familiar with how questions are set, and the answers help them to appreciate what is required of them. But David, I think many people are raising concerns because of the quantum of money that has been spent procuring this.
And unfortunately, I've been trying. I've made a few calls. I don't know exactly how much it cost us. I'm still trying to get some information, though.
Good, but if one of the voices you heard was trying to say if we should spend even 10 cedis on one, we are talking about some 4 million Ghana cedis. Yeah. Now, David, there are so many things that need to be looked at, worked on before we. For me, I would have said past questions or the procurement or provision of past questions should be the last option. One of the things, yes, we have asked the salient questions. One is motivation. Motivation for teachers, and interestingly, the former regional director was questioning what exactly do the teachers expect. Now, there are so many situations in there that do not motivate or take away the motivation that teachers should have and be able to deliver. When you are recruited and for 6 months, for a couple of years, you are not paid. I myself, I was recruited, and 22 months I was never paid. How many teachers will be ready to work from deep down their heart in a situation like that. You have to board vehicle, you have to eat, you have to dress. You're in the classroom and you are hungry. You're in the classroom and you are thinking about what do I eat when I finish. So these situations are there. They are real. People are recruited so many months, couple of years without salary. That is one.
But I'm sure that the system has improved now as we speak. Only some of them are raising concerns about, let's say, their vehicle maintenance allowance not coming in, and a few other things that they raise concerns about. But as a teacher, what should be your pride and your joy? The fact that you are well motivated, or the fact that your students do well in exams?
Yeah, it should ultimately be the fact that your students do well, so you feel gratified because you feel you've done your job. But David, we cannot undermine the other aspect of motivation. Teaching is one job that you really do it well when you are doing it from deep down your heart. I mean, if you are passionate about it. But if you are not, look, we have a lot of teachers in the classroom who are only buying time. The guy comes and he's talking about perhaps the same topic over and over again. He comes and he's buying time talking about other issues that are not really relevant. He comes and he's spending some time on the phone and so on and so forth. But when the right motivation is there are several studies that have indicated or that have supported the importance of motivation for, we need to look at that one. And then number two, accommodation. Accommodation is an issue, David. If you don't have a good sleep, or if you don't have good sleep, you can wake up well and concentrate in that classroom. We have problem of accommodation in many of our schools, where students are overcrowded in their dormitories. They don't have good night's sleep, and they come to class, they feel so sleepy. Buy me all the past questions you want to buy me. If I don't have I'm not in the right frame of mind, I wouldn't be able to concentrate and be able to understand what is there in the past questions and pass. Even our classrooms, you look at the numbers, most of the time the numbers are not normal. And I believe that if we have enough classrooms where there is that comfort in the classroom, teaching should be better delivered.
So if I understand you think that timing is wrong or bad, and it is money not well spent.
Prioritization is the problem. I feel that there are several other things that should be looked at first before we come to spending whatever amount we're talking about to procure past questions. David, the point is every teacher has past questions. There are past questions on the internet. So what is the point? Is it about some special guy who has solved these past questions that we are talking about? If that is not it, then every teacher has a past question. There are past questions all over the place. Exams are conducted in schools. Schools use as exam centers, and they have surplus papers every year. So I don't think it is about the scarcity of these past questions. No, there are past questions in every school. Every teacher has one. How do we get the teacher to help the students understand how questions are set, what is required of them? Yes, if you don't motivate them, they are not ready to do that. They are not ready to go the extra mile to get that done. They want to work to rule. They want to just go teach, do what is required of them, present their lesson notes, which I don't believe in anyway, and then that's it. But motivate them and they'll be ready to go the extra mile for you. So that is it. We have students who are traveling so many miles. Let's not be in the cities and think that is all. If you get to the villages, you appreciate the real situation. Students are traveling several miles to school because schools don't have enough accommodation to take care of them or accommodate them. If I travel several miles, by the time I get to the classroom, I'm already tired. Where is the concentration? How do I grasp the concepts the teacher will be teaching me? Then the other issue is discipline. David, we invest in discipline. Let's not run away from it. Without discipline, success to me is impossible. So success is difficult without discipline. We have students roaming about the place. Some skip classes, some
And
run
that
out
is
of
the
school.
job and responsibility of the heads of the schools and the teachers.
And the
all that.
teachers. So when you motivate the teacher, he's going to get that thing done for you.
Well, 0322083596. You can also join our conversation. Let's hear what your thoughts are on this issue of procurement. Some 400,000 copies of past questions and answer booklets has been made available for schools to be given to students. Now, some think that it is money not well spent. Others think that it is money well spent. Where do you stand on this very issue? Let's hear from you. Hi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, David Akwete.
Yes, sir. Christoph, let's hear you.
Yeah, Christoph Adult Education Center for English Language, Batata Blocker. David, to me, I think the way things are going, we just want to make things so rosy for this current CFSS students, knowing that they are writing next year after the first of
Lovely introduction that was done. We want to continue with our chief and elders performance. We'll call upon our headmaster to give us quickly. Used by His Excellency, the President of the Nigerian Science as a program. Chairman, we also acknowledge with admiration since of Cardigan to the Army Cadet Corps of Introsatellite Fittings by the NCE Honorable Teaching Program, which has led to the serene and greenery environment we are enjoying right now, promoted by the government of Ghana. Discipline. Nana Chairman, it is however said that every quench has this. If you turn your eyes, that's where we use for our dining. Sometimes we have to run in doing that. Number 2, inadequate classrooms. Number 5, lack of staff. Number 6, Mr. President, I humbly submit the following recommendation for consideration by you. Since our school bus and pickup are grounded below repairs. Number 5, wall to revamp the agriculture sector which used to be the lifeway of the institution. Number 7, and St. Peter's in the Eastern region where I was transferred from. We pray that the good Lord will send all of us back safely to our very own place.
I've been here. First of all, I'm now in you to Nana.
Nana Chairman, our total enrollment is 923 with a staff of 85. This tremendous increase in the enrollment is as a result of the free senior high school education policy introduced by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, which is one of the greatest social interventions in the political history of Ghana.
The expansion of the secondary school population has been, the average has been 38% since we introduced the free senior high school policy. This is very, very good news. And I know here we have first year and second year free senior high school people. And God willing, when I come next year, all 3 years will be free senior high school. But you have also a big responsibility to make sure that this free senior high school concept comes to stay and all Ghanaians buy into it. Those of you who will go next year to take the exams, you will be the first. The second year people today, next year when you become third year, you will be the first of the senior high school generation to take the exam. My prayer is that the results of the exams will show that, yes, Ghanaians are right to embrace the free senior high school concept. So you are the pioneers. Second year people, you will be the pioneers. Don't let the school down. Don't let the side down. Produce the results that will shame all those people who didn't want you to have free senior high school. Like I said before, and I'll repeat it here, we brought the free senior high school not as a political gimmick, but because we want to do the most important thing that any nation can do, develop the human capital of the nation. That's why we brought the senior high school policy, and I know you're going to vindicate me, who has been the main promoter of the idea. In order to support the free senior high school and generally educational expansion in the country, we have done, the Minister for Education, very hardworking, creative, innovative minister, has been able to arrange a line of credit by securing the GET Fund arrangements of over $1.5 billion. And it is there to support infrastructural development in senior secondary schools across the country and generally in our school system. I want to make a solemn promise to you. Between Joe Dente, Deputy GET Fund Coordinator, the Minister for Education, Matthew Poku Prempeh, and myself, the issues that you have put before me, Headmaster, dining hall complex, 18-unit classroom block, dormitory facilities, the staff bungalows, the completion of the fence wall, and the building of the science laboratories. They are going to be in memory of my visit to Improbuman here. But beyond all, this one is not get fund. This one is not normal educational expenditure. I came to this school in 2008 and I made that commitment. I didn't have the opportunity after that to be able to realize it. But I have the opportunity now. The provision of the school bus and the pickup, that's the personal responsibility of Mr. President. I'm going to make sure that you get it. Development in senior secondary schools across the country and generally.
Some voice notes. We have some of your voice notes. We'll be sharing them with you shortly. But have you ever heard prices going down? Certainly not. Prices always go up. Transportation, rent, electricity, you name it. But there's good news for you. Our favorite Ideal Milk has reduced prices to 3 Ghana cedis per. Unbelievable, right? Well, Yaditusu Brutal. Your number one choice of milk is now more affordable than ever. So go ahead, enjoy your breakfast with your affordable Ideal Milk. Natural breakfast no papebi. Add Ideal, Ghana's favorite milk, to your beverages, your porridges, your cereals, and of course your Gary Soakins. Yaditusu Brutal. At this point in time, let's take a listen to some of your voice notes that you sent in a while ago.
Yeah, hello, good morning. My name is Michael.
I want to make a solemn promise to you. Between Joe Dente, Deputy Get Fund Coordinator, the Minister for Education, Matthew Poku Prempe, and myself, the issues that you have put before me, Headmaster, Dining Hall Complex, 18-unit classroom block, dormitory facilities, the staff bungalows, the completion of the fence wall, and the building of the science laboratories. They are going to be in memory of my visit to Improbuman here. But beyond all, this one is not get fund. This one is not normal educational expenditure. I came to this school in 2008 and I made that commitment. I didn't have the opportunity after that to be able to realize it. But I have the opportunity now. The provision of the school bus and the pickup, That's the person.
Change our name to APSA, you'll start to see more of our new look whenever you visit our branch. That means a vibrant new red that is warm and powerful, is passionate and as well proud. A red inspired by the color that is woven through our African land and skies. Try one of our new look ATMs and experience the next step in our journey to APSA. Now, our color may be new, but our commitment to you, our cherished customer, remains the same. Barclays, part of the APSA family. Barclays Bank Ghana is a registered commercial bank. The Barclays brand is, used under licenses. Now, Yaya, let me give you a minute to wrap up. So you've heard from the college, you've heard from Ms. Onyina. What would you want to say in conclusion?
David, in conclusion, what I want to say is that yes, past questions are important, but they become useful. They give us the results when we motivate the teachers, when we provide adequate accommodation for the students to have good night's sleep and wake up with the right mind, when we invest in discipline in the schools. And one of the ways is to get a lot of teachers on campus to be able to maintain the discipline so students can be in class on time. They shouldn't be busy using phones around the place. When we invest in supervision, one thing about Chinese is supervision. Chinese companies in this country see how they supervise the workers. So let's get educational supervisors. Let's provide them with vehicles, motorbikes to supervise the teachers. Let's provide adequate classrooms so that the average number should be the normal number we expect. Because then again, let's recruit more teachers so that the numbers will reduce. This is the way out.
My prayer is that all this does not go to waste. All the students who will be writing in April 2020, I challenge you to make use of all these materials so our monies do not go waste. Now, Frytol is on a search to unearth great talent in cooking, and it is on a mission to make dreams come true. Frytol Enriching Lives competition is the biggest TV reality cooking show. The winner of this exciting TV reality show gets a life-changing award of 100,000 Ghana cedis business investment. Yes, you heard me say it too. 100,000 Ghana cedis business investment. Make a date with us every Saturday from the 16th of November. It's between the hours of 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. only on Joy Prime. Frytol Enriching Lives is brought to you by Frytol. Frytol Enriching Lives and unearthing talents and fulfilling dreams. Thank you very much, Yaya Goka, for your time. Thank you very much to all of you who did the listening. We've got more for you because how safe are we with the foods that we purchase on the market and, of course, outside? That's coming up your way in a bit. Let me say a very big thank you to my social media person in the studios, Joel, to you, Nana Jesu, also to DJ Apuzo. This has been Love in the Morning. My name is David Akwete.
Guys, very good news. And I know here we have first year and second year free senior high school people. And God willing, when I come next year, all 3 years will be free senior high school. But you have also a big responsibility to make sure that this free senior high school concept comes to stay and all Ghanaians buy into it. Those of you who will go next year to take the exams, you will be the first. The second year people today, next year when you become third year, you will be the first of the senior high school generation to take the exam. My prayer is that the results of the exams will show that yes, Ghanaians are right to embrace the free senior high school concept. So you are the pioneers. Second year people, you will be the pioneers. Don't let the school down. Don't let the side down. Produce the results that will shame all those people who didn't want you to have free senior high school. Like I said before, and I'll repeat it here, we brought the free senior high school not as a political gimmick, but because we want to do the most important thing that any nation can do, develop the human capital of the nation. That's why we brought the senior high school policy, and I know you're going to vindicate me, who has been the main promoter of the idea. In order to support the free senior high school and generally educational expansion in the country, we have done, the Minister for Education, very hardworking, creative, innovative minister, has been able to arrange a line of credit by securing the GET Fund arrangements of over $1.5 billion. And it is there to support infrastructural development in senior secondary schools across the country and generally in our school system. I want to make a solemn promise to you. Between Joe Dente, Deputy GET Fund Coordinator, the Minister for Education, Matthew Poku Prempeh, and myself, the issues that you have put before me, Headmaster, dining hall complex, 18-unit classroom block, dormitory facilities, the staff bungalows, the completion of the fence wall, and the building of the science laboratories. They are going to be in memory of my visit to Improbuman here. But beyond all, this one is not GET Fund. This one is not normal educational expenditure. I came to this school in 2008, and I made that commitment. I didn't have the opportunity after that to be able to realize it. But I have the opportunity now. The provision of the school bus and the pickup, that's the personal responsibility.